Sometimes you've got a situation where you've got a visual that displays really large values alongside potentially really small values. Now, here's an example here of backlog hours where we've got really large backlogs here into the hundreds of thousands, but we've also got some of these departments that have got really small backlogs. Now, when we set this display units to auto, it will try and adopt the best display unit for the large values typically. And that means that often these smaller values are unreadable because they've been rounded up to the nearest thousand or perhaps the nearest million. So in this video, I'm going to explain how you can fix this and turn a visual that looks like this into a visual that looks like this, where we've got the large values rounded up with a K value here, and we've got the smaller values shown as the actual values. Hi, this is Jason from Effective Dashboards, helping maintenance and reliability engineers get the most out of Power BI. So welcome back to another video. So we're going to start off with this visual here, and we can see here that it's got this measure here, work order backlog hours. Now, in the latest version of, a latest update to Power BI, they've introduced this concept here of dynamic formatting. So you do need to turn it on by going to Options and Settings, going to Options, then heading to Preview Features here, and then it is down at the bottom here, Dynamic Format String for Measures. Okay, and that'll turn this feature on. So it's in preview just now, so it may change in the future, but the basic premise I think is pretty sound, and I think they're going to stick with this because it's really, really useful. So what you do is you select the measure here, and you go up to the top here where it says Format, and you click on this dynamic. So the idea here is that once this has come through, we've now got two options here. We've got the measure itself, and we've got this option here called Format. Now, what that does is it allows you to put some logic in to determine how the actual values here, the display labels, are going to be presented and displayed on the visualization. Now, in this example here, what we're going to do is we're going to add some DAX into here that's going to look at each one of these, and it's going to determine if it's over 1,000, and it's going to round it up and add to the nearest hundreds of thousands and add a K to represent the extra 3 zeros. But if it's below 1,000, it's going to just display the actual number. Okay, so here's the code here. The first thing we're going to do is we're going to define a variable for work order hours. Then we are going to add a switch statement, and this switch statement is going to return true, so it's going to select whichever one of these is true first. So if the value for work order hours is less than 1,000, then the format we're going to use, so this here is the format string that we're going to pass into the logic that determines how it's going to be presented on the screen, okay? And this is just going to be rounded up to the nearest zero, okay? So it's just going to be the number itself, shows a value with a zero. If the value is greater than or equal to 1,000, then we're going to use this logic here, which is basically going to display the number. If it's got thousands, it'll add a zero, it'll add a comma separating thousands. And if it's got a decimal place, we're going to do it to one decimal place if it does have a decimal place, and then we're going to add a K at the end to represent the fact that it's in thousands. So this format string here is the same string that you would add as the second variable to the format function. So I'll leave a link below explaining how the format function works, or a link to a video that explains it really well, how it works in some resources. But basically you take the value and you add a string to it that determines how it's going to be presented on screen. So let's go and we'll add that in, and we can see it hasn't worked. So what's going on here? Now the thing you need to also remember to do is go back in to the variable options, and under the data labels and display units you need to change this to none. Okay, and then that's going to let that do its thing. So now we can see here we've got the hundreds of thousands, and I've put it to one decimal place here. You don't need to. That's just going to be defined in the format string. This one's over 1,000, so again it's rounded up to 1,000 with a K at the end of it. These are under 1,000, and we can clearly see that these are just displayed as a normal values with no rounding at all. So that's the basic premise behind this. Really, really useful at making sure that you can still see these values here. Now the other thing that we need to bear in mind, and I think that this will probably get fixed in the longer term, but if you want to add in a y-axis, let's go and turn that y-axis on. So I've got it turned off just now. If I turn that on, we can see it's got this kind of funky format in here. Okay, so what I think it's doing is if we go into here, this value here, this backlog measure, because we've set the backlog measure up as a dynamic format, it's actually returning a string. Okay, now it looks like it's using this string, and it can't determine a high and low point because it's a string. It's not a number range. So there is a couple of workarounds. You can add in, for example, a measure that is just got zero value. So I've created this axis dynamic format in fix, which is just a zero value measure. And if you add that in and then add it as the first value, it does actually fix the issue, but it introduces a whole load of other issues here, and the fact that we've now got to deal with the fact that we've got all this zero values here, blank values here that we've got to, and a legend that we've got to deal with. So you can do it. You can change the color here to be white for each one of these. You can get rid of this blank value here, but it's not ideal. So I'll work around it, and it's such an obvious omission on the face of it that I think they're going to fix it pretty soon. So I'm not going to go into that in too much detail. So for the moment, I think get rid of that, and we'll just go in and we'll turn off the y-axis, which is fine for this this small data set here. In fact, it's probably preferable because you've got direct labeling on here and you can see exactly what they are. Okay, so that's how you can set it up to dynamically format the actual values here based on their value, so that you can have really large values and really small values in the same visualization. So hopefully you found this useful, and if you did, it's always much appreciated and really helpful if you can give the video a thumbs up. Now, if you want to keep up to date with the latest videos, then hit the subscribe button and you'll get a notification anytime I publish a new video, which is around about every week, every couple of weeks. Thanks again, and I'll talk to you on the next video.